It started with a pop, a hiss, and my feet in 2 inches of water. I didn't know it then, but my busted water heater was about to become a holy moment, and I was about to unintentionally evangelize a plumber. Hi, I'm Faith Wilder, collector of unmatched socks, half-drunk coffee, and holy chaos. Welcome to my life, where nothing goes as planned, but somehow grace always shows up. I called the plumber. He showed up grumpy, wet from the rain, holding a wrench like it had betrayed him. He mumbled, "I'll take a look," and disappeared into the basement. Meanwhile, I'm inside wondering, why do these things always break when you're broke? Also, why is he humming Metallica while standing in floodwater? 15 minutes in, he called out, "Your heater's shot, could explode, real mess." Explode? Cue internal panic, calculator brain, and a prayer that sounded like, "Lord, multiply my bank account like you did the loaves and fish. Please." That's when I noticed something. The plumber was standing still, quiet. He turned and said, "You pray, don't you?" I blinked. "Yeah, I do. You okay?" He looked down. "My wife left me last month. I've been mad at God, but something about this house feels like peace I haven't felt in years." I paused. I hadn't said a word about Jesus, hadn't offered a tract or a verse. I just prayed in the kitchen, out loud, because I was desperate and forgot someone else was here. We ended up sitting at the kitchen table, him holding a coffee I barely remembered offering, me holding back tears. I told him God isn't scared of our mess, that maybe this wasn't a coincidence, and that peace he felt, it had a name. He nodded slowly and said, "I think God used your busted water heater to fix my heart." Then grinned and added, "Still gonna charge you though." Fair. That day, a plumber walked into my chaos to fix something broken. But God used the moment to fix something deeper in both of us. Romans 8 verse 28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Sometimes God shows up in a sermon. Sometimes in a soaked basement with a wrench and a worn-out heart. God, thank you for showing up in what feels like chaos, in flooded floors, broken heaters, and broken hearts. You're the God who meets us right where we are, turning pain into purpose, even when we're not looking for you. I pray for every heart hurting in silence, that your peace would find them too. Unexpected, undeniable, unshakable. And thank you for the reminder, you waste nothing. Not even a busted water heater. Amen? Just when I thought that was the last of the week's chaos, God had another surprise waiting for me. At the DMV. Yes, that DMV. Subscribe for more faith stories, Wielder, where heaven meets real life.